What's going on, guys? Eric from the Wisco Guys here, and in today's video we're going to be installing some resistors for the turn signals on my Ford Ranger. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, did you ever get the hyper blinker off for the LED switchback bulb from AUXITO? So AUXITO, they have a fix for that. Now, I'll show you real quick what I mean by hyper flash. So you turn the blinker on and you see that's hyper flash in there on the dash. But on the outside of the vehicle, it's flashing correctly, front and rear. But on the dash itself, it's flashing, it's doing that hyper flash, as you guys seen there. So a lot of people get annoyed by that, and it's pretty much supposed to indicate that you have a bulb out if the circuit is open, which our circuit isn't open. It definitely has working bulbs in there. Or this resistor is what's going to fix that problem on the dash there. So you can order these from AUXITO. They do take a while to get. They're actually shipping from overseas. I would say it's probably about a 2 to 3 week wait for them. That's about what I waited for them. We're gonna install these today so we can get rid of that hyper flash on the dash there. So let's get to it. Definitely to note that there are 2 of these, so you get 2 of them in a set. I just have the other one over here. So there are 2 of them in a set. We're gonna get rid of that hyper flash. So we got 2 of them here. We're gonna have to mount them up in here somewhere where it's not near any plastic, because what's gonna happen is when the current is going through here, these little orange pods here actually heat up. And they heat up quite a bit, actually. So we're gonna have to figure out a mounting spot for these where it's not near any plastic or anything that's gonna melt. So definitely be leery of that. So well, let's get to it. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to run these, and then I'll show you how I run them, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so first what you're gonna wanna do is take out the bulb itself. So here we have switchback bulb that we put in. Definitely check out the video of installing these. So we're gonna take that bulb out of its socket, and then now we're gonna lay that down. Okay. So now that we have our resistor kit here out, so you see these 2 resistors here. There's 2 resistors per side. You have your socket there, which your bulb's going to go into. So we'll get that in there now. Then you have this, which is the male end, which is going to go into the harness for the headlight itself, or the bulb itself. So instead of the bulb going in to that socket on the harness, this is going to go into that socket on the harness for the truck for this bulb. So what it's going to do is going to bring that current into here, and then it's going to go through these resistors and show the truck that there isn't a open circuit for this bulb or this system for the turn signal. So we're gonna get this in real quick. Like I said, these do get hot. I mean, you plug it in for about maybe 30 seconds. This is so hot I can't even touch it. So you want to make sure that this is definitely not, these 2 are definitely not on any plastic. Otherwise it's not going to be good. And even when you buy these, it shows it in the warning, do not mount these on any plastic. So we're going to try to figure out how to mount these 2. I got a couple ideas for each side, so we'll kind of just do it as we go. As long as you find something that works for you, you don't really have to do it this way. This is just how I'm going to do it. So let's get this in. So we're going to get the bulb into the housing first. Okay, so we have the bulb in the housing. So next we're going to take the factory socket here for the bulb, and then we're going to plug in this little male end into that harness for the truck for the turn signal. Connect that together. There we go. So that's connected. Bulb is in. Now we have all this here, the resistor and everything. So let me get some light on this. So here we have everything kind of just in there at the moment. So here's what I'm thinking on this side. I have this battery tray here. Here's the battery, and down here there's two holes. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mount these. I'm gonna mount these kind of somewhat like that onto that battery tray, because there's two holes on that battery tray. I'm gonna figure out some way to mount that. Maybe just put like a little C-clip, in those holes there. I don't know if you can see that. These C-clips in those holes there, and then just run a bolt through the tab here, and then just tighten them down there. And then it's away from everything, and it has cooling. You know, it can cool in there. It's not against anything, and it's not kind of just touching anything. So that's what we're gonna do for the driver's side. So I ended up seeing here, we got a like a little clip here, that threads in, screw threads in there. So we got a screw that threads in there, and we're gonna send this screw through the mounting hole here. I don't know if you can see that or not. We're gonna send the screw through there, and then into the clip. The clip we're gonna attach to here. Okay, so the outer one, that's gonna work for. The inner one, I might just have to set the clip underneath it and just thread it in all at once, and then kind of just compress it together. And you're gonna have layered up, but that should be fine. So I got the screw going through there. You might have to thread it a little bit. I don't know if you can see or not. There we go. So you might have to. I just kind of like self-tap. Can't see. Self-tapped it in there. I used the smallest screw I could find. So we're just gonna put this on there. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see or not. It's kind of difficult. Kind of what I'm going for there. I don't know if you can see, but I'm just gonna mount the other one real quick too, and I'll show you what it looks like after. This other one's gonna be up here. I'll kind of mount it this way, somewhat like that, and that should be good. That's away from anything plastics, so that's what we want. Yeah. So this is kind of how I have them. Like I said, this is the battery here. We go down here. We mounted the two screws there. Yeah. So this is kind of how I have them. Like I said, this is the battery here. We go down here. We mounted the two screws there. And now I'm just going to zip tie the wiring. And I'm actually going to try to seal this connector up too, with like electrical tape. I'm gonna try to seal that connector up because I don't want any crud getting into that connector or that socket there. I'm going to do that too as well. So that's what it looks like there, and you can position them any way you want. I just have them kind of like that just so you guys can see what's going on there. Alrighty, I'm going to finish it up and I'll show you. Okay, so this is kind of how we're looking here. Kind of looks like a mess, but I'm sure you guys could do it better than I did. I just zip tied the 3 wires right there, and then just left those wires kind of just doing its own thing. Not anything, but important thing is nothing's plastic is touching those resistors, and that's what we want. So I'm gonna try to do this passenger side. I don't know if I'll be able to show you anything because, like I've said in the past, it's pretty tight in here. I won't be able to show you much until it's really done, and yeah, it's tight. I'm not gonna be able to show you much, but I'll show you how I did it once it's done. So I'll check in with you once we get the passenger side in. So I ended up mounting it down in there with a couple of inserts with some screws, the same screws we used on the other side. Look down there, there's one, and then there's 2. I just used existing holes, put some inserts in, and then just zip tying everything up now. Got that taped up a little bit. I gotta tape that up more. So pretty much everything's in there on the passenger side. That side was a little harder, so I definitely wanted to make more room for my arms, so I took the snorkel here off. You just take those 2 bolts out and it comes right out there. So get my arms in there so I can work a little better. So yeah, everything's mounted and should be good. Alrighty, check in with you, we'll try them out and go from there. Alrighty, so we got the snorkel thing back onto the airbox. Grab my flashlight here. So we got everything mounted down there. There's one resistor, there's the other. So there's no wire touching it, nothing plastic touching it. Should hold up for a while. So I might redo it, but for now I think that's how we're gonna do it. So and let's check out how this is. So now we go into the truck. Check the blinker. Now we got a proper blinking blinker on the dash. Like I said, it doesn't blink fast on the outside, but on your dash it will without this resistor. So that works well. That's what we like. A clutch fan on these Rangers, guys, I tell you, they're loud. That's all right though. Makes it sound like I'm a semi going down the alley in the morning. So try once more. There we go, guys. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna clean up and all that, but yeah, this is how it's running. They do, like I said, they do get hot, those resistors, so try to make sure you're not hitting anything with it or anything's against it, because it will melt right through if it's not like metal or something. So yeah, that's it, guys. Definitely like to thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll link below the resistors themselves, and don't forget, at the time of checkout, definitely put in the Wisco, guys, to get 12% off of your full order. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. I usually respond to every question. So yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Have a good day, night, or whatever you're having. See you. Bye.